Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Hello, crew.
Hello.
Welcome to Petty Details. I want to introduce the crew, which is Monica and Cam.
Hi.
All right, Monica, you have one of our fashionable hats on.
Indeed, I do. Indeed, I do.
I have on the Ice Fog shirt.
I love it.
And Cam, what is going on?
I'm wearing some brand new merch.
Woohoo!
It's just a thought, not a fact. Cam 2024.
That's right.
It does look like I am running for president. I am not.
He should.
That's not my slogan. Yes. That would be a crazy running slogan to go with. Just a thought, not a fact.
I would vote for Cam.
I would. Based just on that slogan,
just
too.
Based on that. Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Head empty, no thoughts.
Well, if you want any of our merch, let us know. As always, please subscribe. And today, I want to talk about some Japanese reality TV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Cletus wants to join us, too.
I am going to let you all know right now and apologize in advance because I will probably butcher some of these names and words. Please forgive me.
Cletus is getting so close to her.
I know.
He's like, how close can I get without touching her? No.
We need to get him a headset so that he can join us one of these days.
Yeah. Cletus, the big podcast dog.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm sorry in advance. I'm trying. Please. Please forgive me. Okay, so we are going to go in the Wayback Machine. Sort of. This one hurts my heart to say the late back machine, but in the late 90s.
Okay, not that far back.
Rude.
Chill out, everybody.
Everybody's like, shut your face.
Maybe early 20s ago, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, no, this is before Cam was born, so you know.
Oh, okay.
It counts. Late 90s, there was a show called Susanu.
Okay.
Denpa Shonen.
Okay.
Which translates to "Do not proceed, crazy youth."
Okay. Wild name.
Yeah. And this show was wild. Like, this was a crazy show. It was basically a whole show that would put people in crazy positions to try and make them famous. Okay. And this show was wild. Think Fear Factor meets Amazing Race sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of what, because there were like different seasons, right? There was one season where two comedians got sent to a desert island and they were given a swan pedal boat and told that they had to find their way to Tokyo.
In a pedal boat.
Oh,
wow.
They had no food and no idea where they were.
Oh my gosh.
It took them 4 months.
Oh my.
4 months?
Okay. So they had to like find food because they can't go without food for 4 months.
Yeah, no, they have to find food.
Yeah, Survivor.
That's crazy.
That reminds me, though, of one of my favorite movies ever, which is actually a Korean movie called Castaway on the Moon. If you haven't seen it, try and find it because it's an amazing one. But there's also a swan pedal boat in that. Okay, so there was another season where a comedian and a radio DJ had to hitchhike from South Africa to Norway.
Whoa.
Yeah, again with no food.
Oh my god.
And they couldn't spend any of their travel money on food.
Could they like barter?
I don't know. I never saw this one, so.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I bet you they could do like sideshow comedian things and then get like
Probably,
like
yeah.
pass her by
Earn
money
money.
and then pay. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
smart to do that. Use
So
your talents.
that's right. So the season we are here to talk about focused on a comedian whose nickname is Nasubi, which
Mhm.
means eggplant. And it
Okay.
started in 1998.
Where's this going?
I know. I'm like,
All right, so let's talk about our main players, right? We have Toshio Tsuchiya, who is a producer, and a lot of the time I'm just going to call him the producer because I'm sorry.
good plan.
You could have sent the names in the chat and we could have worked through them together. This is a lot better though because we're just kind of, they talk about like walking on eggshells. We're just like stomping on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know I should have my hairstylist Cam on here. He would help me with this. Okay, so he came up with the idea for Denpa Shonen. And there's really not a lot out there about this guy.
Okay.
So I don't have a good backstory for why he is the way that he is, but I'm going to let you form your own opinion.
Okay.
Then we have our star, Nasubi, who was born in 1975, and he grew up in Fukushima in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid was bullied a lot in school over his appearance, and he had like really hard time making friends. And so he figured out when he was pretty young that he can turn his situation around if he can make them laugh.
Okay.
So
That's
this
usually-
leads
yeah.
him right.
You see what happens.
Right.
As did we.
If you get bullied, make them laugh.
That's right, make them laugh. That actually works. So
Yeah, literally.
It yeah.
yeah. Or you punch him in the nose like I did. Whatever.
Right.
Anyway, so
Whatever is crazy.
we're just
Whatever.
gonna gloss over the violence part and keep going.
Right.
So this leads him to pursue life as a comedian.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
So his family isn't super pleased about his choice, but they are a good family. And so they tell him to go and live his dreams when he leaves for Tokyo, and good luck. And as any mother would say, please just don't get naked.
Oh, I
Stay
think
off
my
that
mom
pole.
did say that one time.
I can guarantee you Cam will never get naked on the show. So you're welcome, Mom. He has,
I haven't rolled it
outside of
out.
the
They have.
Cam seems game for just about anything.
All right. So meanwhile, let's go back to Tsuchiya. He's already made this Denpa Shonen show, and it's pretty successful.
Okay.
But this is extreme stuff that he's putting people through. He thinks that anyone can be entertaining if you put them in the right situation.
Okay.
So basically, he thinks that the humans are the interesting part and not necessarily the subject.
Okay. Is this kind of giving did y'all watch Squid Games on Netflix?
Yes.
Is it kind of giving Squid Games but like less harsh, like not like deadly, basically?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of. I will say his idea of entertainment is a little skewed. It's a little on the voyeuristic side. But we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
So he comes up with a show that's called, and this is the translation, A Life in Prizes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's Denpa Shonen Life in Prizes.
Oh, okay. So it's like a spinoff.
It's the same kind of thing. It's just
they
name
it's like
them
a
different
specific.
things. It's
like
kinda
when they when Big Brother is like Big Brother this for this season. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they do a casting call, and all the casting call says is that it's for the show Denpa Shonen, and all you need is luck to win.
Okay.
So
super vague.
Yeah. So the way that they pick people is by lottery, and they roll out this cart with a box on it, and everybody picks a card.
Okay.
So our boy Nasubi decides he wants to be in the entertainment industry. So this is making stars out of people. So he goes to the casting call, and he wins.
Wow. Literal luck.
I'm
Right.
all good for him. Maybe.
Yeah.
So he's pretty jazzed because all these shows are making celebrities out of the contestants.
Mhm.
Now Nasubi isn't told what this challenge is going to be, but he's excited, right? He's
Oh,
meeting
yeah.
this super famous producer. Think like Simon Cowell has just handpicked you to win American Idol kind of thing.
Right.
Wow.
It's what he wants to do. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
super jazzed.
Yeah.
And like I said, this producer is super famous at this
Okay.
point. So everybody knows who he is. Like I said,
Mm.
he is like Simon Cowell in Japan.
Okay.
And he's
cool.
loaded into a van with headphones and a mask, and he's led to an
geez.
apartment.
So it is Squid Game.
Yeah.
So you've explained the first 2 episodes of Squid Games.
Yeah. So once they get to the apartment, he's told to strip naked.
Oh geez.
Okay, at this point, I'd be like, "What Craigslist ad did I answer?
Right.
Like, what's happening?"
And that's pretty much what he's like. He's like, what? But the producer tells him that most of this is never going to air. Don't worry about it, because he really wants Nasubi to act more natural.
Oh,
Right, because that would
act
totally
more
set
natural.
me at ease.
You're now
Yeah.
nude.
Right.
Right,
Be
but
more
nobody's
natural.
going to see this.
It's
But
all good.
Nasubi doesn't have like a contract or anything. He has no idea where he is. He has no idea what he has to do. He has no idea how long it's going to take. He's told nothing until he is naked in this apartment.
Meg,
you with
did
me?
Oh, you glitched. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a small, like 1-room apartment. It has a table. It has a phone for emergencies, a rack with magazines, and on the table is a huge stack of postcards and pens.
I don't like.
I did.
This
Yeah,
seems.
I'm
This seems Saw Trap. That's what
Yeah.
I'm like. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Mhm. So finally, the producer tells him what he has to do. He needs to win everything he needs: food, clothes, everything.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
And he will be done when he wins prizes worth 1 million yen in total.
Holy wow, that's crazy.
Now, what Nasubi doesn't know is that the apartment next door has been rented by the production company so they can come in
Of
and change
course.
the videotapes.
Okay.
And again, he's being filmed 24 hours a day, but he's thinking that none of this is going to air.
That's crazy.
So we've got Nasubi running around.
I'm
ahead.
assuming there's not like a you cannot be filmed without your own consent type of, like, with your knowledge, nothing like that. Or they just don't care.
I don't think they cared.
Okay.
I mean, it might have been something like that, but remember, this is the beginning of reality TV.
Right. They're just trying stuff, seeing what
Yeah.
sticks.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so we've got Nasubi running around naked in front of cameras. Obviously, they can't show his junk,
Right.
so they start using a black circle.
Oh.
But quickly, they switch it to an eggplant emoji because that is his nickname. So, petty detail, the eggplant emoji was invented in Japan before it got to the US, but some say that the use as a dick emoji came from the show, although I could not find proof of this.
I mean, I don't see why not.
I can see the correlation.
You can see the
Yeah.
correlation. Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Oh
So,
my
like,
gosh.
his backside was, or is it like eggplant covering everything, or
Yeah, I mean,
I'm confused, but
I think that they would show his backside.
okay. It's just the junk that's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the first week, he's pretty positive. He does about 963 applications, but he wins zip.
Oh, jeez.
That's crazy.
And at this point, he's like, well, I haven't won anything, so I guess they're going to stop the show because this is boring. Right?
Yeah.
But they don't.
Of course not.
So he keeps
Yikes.
waiting for them to shut this down, but nothing is happening.
Mm-mm.
Now, obviously, they cannot let this dude starve to death on TV, so they do give him crackers, and he's got water from the kitchen sink.
Okay.
Here's
But
some saltines, bud. Good luck.
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. Yes. But on day 17, he finally wins.
Yay!
Yay! What did he win?
He won 12 cartons of jelly. And he's pumped, right? He's dancing around, and it's a great moment.
Oh.
And then the crew is like, "Oh, you got some food. We're gonna stop giving you crackers."
No, they could. See, I'd have been hoarding them things. I'd have been like, I'm stuffing crackers in the sofa. I'm putting crackers in the like
These
it's
crackers are
everywhere.
just gonna, yeah.
They're
We're
gonna be
putting them in the
everywhere.
pantry. We're storing them
yeah.
everywhere.
Well, he doesn't know. He assumes that they're gonna feed him,
Well,
right?
true. Good point.
Yeah, they don't. So day 28, he wins some rice, which is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rice
But
and jelly.
He's got
Day
rice and
17
jelly.
and day 28. Wow.
But he's only at about 4,060 yen,
Mhm.
Okay.
which is not even close to his goal.
Nope.
Right.
And he's got a bag of rice and nothing to cook it in
Oh,
because he
gee.
hasn't
Oh.
won a pot.
My gosh.
So he's trying to cook it in a leftover jelly container, and he puts water, like hot water, in it to soak it overnight.
Yeah.
Still raw, doesn't work. So then he tries to boil it in the container, and he leaves it like by the stove because he can't leave it on the stove because the jelly container would melt. So he
Okay.
leaves it by the stove for a couple of hours, and that actually works.
What?
Wow.
The radiant heat?
Mhm.
That's cool.
Wow. But a couple of hours to get some rice.
Couple of hours
Yeah.
to get about this
A
much
jelly,
rice.
yeah, a jelly can worth of
Yeah.
Someone needs to give this guy some beans. That way he can just cook everything in a little bean thing.
Yeah,
There you
well,
go.
you have to win it.
Yeah. But someone needs to like, oh, you have to, okay.
You have to win everything.
It's not the Hunger Games. They don't get sponsors.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. So, but now he's in survival mode. He's having to keep himself from starving, and he's like thinking about his family. It's been a month, right?
Oh,
But
yeah.
at this point, his family doesn't even know he's on TV.
What?
Bro.
Because this isn't the kind of show that they normally watch.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
But the family is finally clued in, I think, probably from some of his friends who did see him. And he is on TV, and they are shocked
That he's
shocked that he's on
butt
TV, or
naked.
shocked that he's, butt naked and
that he's butt
starving.
naked. Yeah, and starving. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're totally embarrassed by this, right?
That's naked and afraid, but a different thing is like butt naked and starving.
Yeah,
Yes.
but naked and starving. Yep. So they're really embarrassed by this. This is like a normal.
Well, you can imagine.
Yeah. And they think that this is really cruel. That they're just leaving him there to eat freaking jelly and try and boil rice.
Right.
Well, I mean, it is humiliating and kind of like shameful,
Yeah.
Like,
but the public, like, they're really starting to like him.
really?
And they're really starting to root for this guy across Japan.
Aw.
Because
At least
he
he's
is
getting the fame at what cost,
Right.
but
right.
Yeah.
But he's really engaging. He's like a nice, genuine kind of guy.
Right.
And by day 45, he's starting to get down a system where first thing he does is look for food prizes. And then the next thing he does is look for the expensive prizes.
Okay.
Oh, trying to get his goal quicker. Yeah.
Right. Which is a good plan, right?
Yeah. Because
But
you
remember,
need food first.
you need
and
food
then,
first.
Yeah. But then you get your goal.
Yeah. So he's like
Nice.
trying to go for like TVs. And at one point, he
Right.
gets like tires and stuff.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The tires. That's funny.
But remember, he's in survival mode. It's not like he's winning whole dinners here.
Right.
So at one point, he wins dog food, and he ends up eating it because it's food and it's better than nothing.
Yeah. True.
Right. Yeah.
But he is just trying to get like anything he can. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. If it's a stuffed animal, if it's a TV, if it's tires, if it's rice, like he just wants to get it. But like by day 70, this starts to really take a toll on him. He's totally isolated. The crew isn't allowed to talk to him. He's got no outside interaction.
That messes with you for sure.
Yeah.
Right. And
the fact that he has lasted 70 days so far is impressive.
Yeah. And he's starting to think more negatively, obviously.
Yeah.
But of course, the producer isn't going to show that part to the public because that's not fun.
That's not going to get ratings.
Yeah.
No.
And Nasubi still has no idea what, if anything, is being shown on TV. Because remember, nobody's talking to him.
Right.
Right. Because at this point, he's like, okay, they said they wouldn't put me naked on screen, but I'm naked only. And it's been 70 days.
Right.
So they have to have been putting something on screen. There's no way.
But he doesn't know. He's got no idea.
Right.
And,
yeah.
And he's got the TV, but he's not like getting any channels on it kind of thing, right?
That would be crazy to have a lie, like to have it on the TV. Like, wait a minute.
So he's still under the impression that none of this is going to be shown to the public. But during this time, he's also writing journals.
Okay.
So looking at it later, you can really like see his loneliness.
Oh man, I bet.
And the Japanese public is really torn on this show because the young people love it. But anybody who was older, who had specifically lived through World War II, didn't think this concept of starving and isolating someone was funny at all.
Or entertaining in the slightest.
No.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, me neither.
But it makes sense because World War II wasn't that long before this. You're only looking at about 50-ish years.
Right.
So most of the people that lived through it were still alive.
Oh, yeah.
And they're, thinking about the time when they were starving and isolated.
Right.
For very different reasons.
Very different reasons, yeah.
Not for some game show.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, as with everything on TV, people start saying that they don't think that this is real.
Oh, great.
So the producer starts one of the first live streams on the internet where people could tune in 24 hours a day.
Oh my goodness.
Geez. I don't see this heading in a very good direction.
And this producer guy is honestly, he's a villain.
Yeah.
Because at one point he wakes Nasubi up in the middle of the night and Nasubi thinks it's over. But nope, they blindfold this dude again. Jeez. They give him a blanket to walk through the streets. It is the first time he's been outside in 5 months.
Oh my gosh.
But it's not for anything nice, like human interaction.
Yeah.
This is torture. This is
Seriously.
crazy.
Yeah, this is bad. They just move him to a new apartment because the press found out where he was living.
Oh my gosh.
But again,
that is torture. That's, wow.
But they don't tell Nasubi anything. They just blindfold him and take him to another apartment in the middle of the night.
That's messed
I'm
up.
also sitting here thinking how you said he didn't have a contract. Can you imagine trying to write that contract that allows you to do these things?
Oh yeah,
right.
I don't think you could ever get away with this now.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely not.
So now apparently he could have left at any time. So it's not like they had actually kidnapped this guy. The door is unlocked, but they're really mentally manipulating him.
I was gonna say, but did he know that? Like,
right.
Something tells me they were a little elusive about that information.
Yeah. So by the time they move him to the new apartment, he's got this whole like isolation kind of kidnappy thing going down in his head, and he thinks it's safer and he stays.
They're Stockholming him.
Yeah, pretty much. So meanwhile, his family is trying to find him, but they can't locate him.
Oh no.
And none of the crew are helping this guy out. Like nobody's talking to him. Nobody's being like, hey dude, door's unlocked.
Right. Yeah. Go home.
Yeah. Nobody is helping this guy. They're not feeding him crackers on the sly, nothing. But after 200 days,
Holy
My
crap.
goodness.
The producer finally sends in a doctor to do a checkup.
Now he cares.
Finally.
He cares. Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't care.
Yeah. But being a 23-year-old dude, he's in good, health physically.
Oh,
Right.
geez.
Even though the stress at this point is making him lose his hair and making his body hurt, but the doctor's only worried about his physical health, so they carry on.
Bruh.
Yeah, because,
What
that's
is
what's
mental health in
important.
1990
Uh,
whatever?
yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a thing. So by this time, he's starting to lose his grip on reality a little.
Well, yeah.
Makes
A little.
sense.
After 200
Yeah.
days, yeah.
Right.
The only thing he can really do to get through this whole situation is up the number of postcards he's writing. So he ends up sending out like 300 to 400 a day.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
To
That's
who?
crazy.
Everybody, because that's
That's
all
me
he
trying to
has
find
is
a
these
job.
magazines. Yeah, that's all he does all
That's
day.
crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And by day 333, he's only got about 586 yen left to win.
Okay.
He's so close.
He's so
yeah,
close.
he needs like just a little something.
Yeah. And he finally wins a grand total of 1,164 yen with a bag of rice.
Yay!
Yay for rice in the end.
Yep.
So do they let him out right away?
No,
Of course
No.
not. Why would they do that? It's entertaining. Entertaining.
Double or nothing.
So they
Literally.
sneak into his room in the middle of the night again and bring this party popper thing. It's like terrifying.
That's so messed up.
Yeah.
Because this guy has been isolated.
Seriously.
And now you're like, loud noises, noises. Like,
yeah. And it's
crazy.
shooting sparks and strings right in his face to wake him up.
Sensory
Good
overload.
Lord.
They are lucky he did not like break and like kill them.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because honestly,
this is so messed up.
Yeah.
So messed up. And this poor dude is laying there while these party poppers are like shot at him, and he's just waking up like, what the hell is going on? But he finally gets it that he's won. And so he's like happy. And he gets his clothes back and he's taken to the airport, but he has no idea where he is or where he's going. Because remember, he was moved in the middle of the night. So he could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, they end up taking him to South Korea.
Okay.
Because he had written in his journal that he wanted barbecue. So they take him to eat Korean barbecue and a day at the amusement park.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry for mentally like destroying you and here's some Korean barbecue.
Yeah. And then they buy him this big bucket of kimchi.
Oh, kimchi. I love kimchi.
And
now I want kimchi.
And you're thinking it's over, right? Well, Nasubi
there's more.
Yeah, Nasubi's waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Well, here it is. They blindfold him again. And he finds himself an apartment in Korea with magazines and postcards, just like
oh
before.
no. See that I cry. I honestly want to cry right now. That's no.
Yeah.
That's
and
awful.
He's so sad. He just like hangs his head.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh.
So this villain producer really wants to get his reaction to being told that he has to do this again. He's so cruel. He wants to drop this guy to rock bottom.
Clearly.
He's got some sort of like
yeah
God complex.
He's a villain.
Ugh.
And so Nasubi is shown stripping down again.
Starting all over.
What isn't shown on TV is that he really doesn't want to do this. And the producer takes 3 hours to talk him into it.
How did he
I'd be like, I would like
into that.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, remember, he's got that kind of kidnappy thing going on in his head, right?
Yeah.
And the way that they get him to do it again is by telling him that he's going to grow as a human through this experience.
Bro,
No. What?
Yeah.
And he's got his fame. Like he's already like after he leaves
doesn't
here,
know.
he's yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
know, but
right.
but like if he were to leave, he would be famous.
Yeah, but
He
he
doesn't
doesn't
know
know
that.
that.
He doesn't know
it.
that, but
Yeah.
does he still think none of this is being taped?
Yes.
Like,
He still thinks that.
bro,
Well, no, he
after
knows it's being taped. He just doesn't know that it's
no,
being
it's
shown
being
on TV.
shown. After a year, I'd be like, okay, they're obviously using. They're like, there's no way
They're
they're
doing
just wasting this
something.
time. Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
like, they're obviously doing something.
Yeah, but he doesn't quite know what the hell's going on.
Right.
So now the producer does admit that he's obsessed at this point.
Shocking.
Right.
With this
It
guy's
was actually
downfall?
shocking that he did admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
obsessed with this guy's downfall. Poor guy.
yeah, pretty much. And Nasubi is not his happy self anymore. He's not dancing around when he wins stuff. He's just depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isolation will do that.
Yeah.
Literally.
It gets worse.
Oh,
I know
gosh.
you don't think it can get worse, but it does.
No.
The worst part is that all of these magazines are in Korean. Nasubi doesn't speak or
Oh.
read Korean. So he actually has to learn Korean to start winning things.
And how long on earth? How long does that take?
A completely different language.
Yeah.
Like none of the like you know how you like the ones that are Greek based, you can kind of like
Yeah.
if you speak English, you
Mhm.
can kind of understand what's happening.
No, this is totally
This is
different.
completely different. The symbols are different. They're
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But he does it. He finally starts winning things. He gets
How much
bananas.
did he have to win this time around?
Well,
Same amount?
his goal this time is to win the flight back to Japan.
Bro, this is
Okay.
wild.
Yeah. But he's winning things. He's getting bananas. He's got pants.
Okay.
He gets a
Pants?
grill. Yeah.
No more
Oh.
eggplant. That's crazy.
And
He's like, I got these pants, but I'm not gonna wear them.
He's like, forget it. And he's finally figured out how to like game the system and win things.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But remember, he still doesn't know that any of this is airing. He doesn't know that he's a star in Japan.
Right.
This is wild. Are they also airing it in South Korea or it's only in Japan?
I think it's only in Japan at this
Only in
point.
Japan.
Yeah. And he
Okay.
ends up winning the price of the ticket back to Japan, and he doesn't realize it.
What?
Because nobody's talking to him.
Nobody's talking
Bruh.
to him. So the villain producer changes the goal to make it a first class ticket.
Jerk.
Dude,
Yeah. He's a true villain, like
Yes.
this is horrible.
should probably be in jail kind of
Like,
villain.
Yeah. for
Stroking a
real.
naked cat
Yeah.
in a chair, legs
Uh-huh.
crossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twirling his evil mustache.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude is
This is not villain
creepy.
Todd. Opposite. Opposite of not
this is
villain
real
Todd.
bad, real bad. And Nasubi's still like depressed, and he's trying to make the best of this.
Yeah.
And now that he's starting to win stuff. He starts, doing his little winning dance again.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he makes his first class ticket goal. And he finally like realizes it. He's like, I must have
Mhm.
won by this point. So the producer shows up again. He spent an extra 100 days in Korea reaching his goal.
The first class.
Oh my gosh.
So that is a total from the first season or the first part of it to the Korean part of it
Mhm.
of 433 days in isolation.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. I cannot even imagine.
Yeah. So what does our villain do? Go ahead.
I think mentally, I don't know because I just can't imagine that.
Yeah.
No.
Like I need to talk to somebody. I'm surprised he didn't go full Wilson. I'm surprised he didn't grab
Yeah.
something and started talking to it.
Yeah.
Like put a
Seriously.
face on it type of thing.
Well, I mean, he did have a couple things that he would like there's this one part where he has this, I want to say it's like a seal, like a
Mhm.
fluffy white
Mhm.
seal kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
stuffed animal, and he like walks it around the apartment and stuff like that. So he is doing
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Some sort of normalcy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm walking my dog.
Right.
Yeah, and he's like, when he gets the tires, he's really funny because he's like rolling on all four of them, saying he's like a Nasubi car and stuff. Like, you really like this guy.
Yeah, yeah. At least he's got his spirits up, but you really don't see the
Right.
yeah.
So, what does our villain do?
I don't know.
Nothing
Blow
good.
blow up the
Again.
plane. I really don't know at
Right.
this point. He really could do anything.
Well, he does
Kidnap him
take
again?
Nasubi back to Japan
Blindfolds him and takes him to another apartment.
on a freaking boat.
Oh my god.
Oh, if he puts this guy on an island.
No, but he's
Oh.
not in a first class flight,
Well, true.
Oh, okay.
which he should have been because he
right.
won the
He
ticket.
won the money. Where's this money going to? He's not getting this money.
I
The
don't know.
producer's getting this money, assumably. Like, assumably is not a word. Oh, well.
Presumably.
Presumably.
go,
Thank
there you
you.
go.
Thank you.
So Nasubi again has no idea where he is. He doesn't know what's going to happen next because, again, the producer still isn't telling him. He's still not being talked to. And you see,
His poor family.
I'm
Like,
surprised this
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
not going postal, honestly.
no,
Like,
Literally.
it's so sad. It's so sad. I can't even, like, you feel so bad for
Yeah.
this guy.
mhm.
And you see Nasubi blindfolded with headphones on again. And he is led across the stage in front of a live audience. And he's
No.
put into another box that looks exactly like the apartments he's been living in.
oh my gosh.
But
See,
Nas-
I don't.
But this time in front of a live audience.
yes.
This is crazy.
But Nasubi by this point is totally beaten down. He's like, have you ever seen those hostages that like are in the videos and stuff that they're just
They've just given up at this point, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So he is in this apartment, he takes off the blindfold and he just strips and sits down.
He's conditioned at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
And then all of a sudden the walls come down.
No.
Yeah. And he's literally sitting on stage naked with only like a throw pillow to cover him in front of this huge crowd with no idea what's going on.
Oh my god. How did they get away with this?
This is crazy.
Yeah. This is horrifying, is what this
It is.
So the people in the audience are cheering. They don't know that he doesn't know what the hell's going on, really, right? They don't
Yeah.
know that he hasn't been talked to in over a year.
Oh,
Over
yeah.
a year, yeah.
They don't know really the extent of it, but he is totally freaked out. It is the single most cringe moment you've ever seen in your entire life. It is
Yeah.
horrible.
Jeez.
I
it's
cannot
awful.
express to you how bad this is.
There's like a clip of like it's clipped.
Yes.
And it's online. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is awful. This poor guy. Oh my god.
Yeah. And he finally realizes that he's done and it's over. And he like gets happy. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's done. Well, he
Yeah.
thinks it is.
Right. And then he finds out that everyone in Japan has been watching him on TV for over a year and he is completely shocked.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah.
And when he's told, the first thing that he says is, "That's a bit wrong, isn't it?"
A bit, yeah.
A bit.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Mm-hmm. So remember that this guy has had zero human interaction for over a year. He's totally overwhelmed. He's
Mhm.
obviously having a hard time comprehending the magnitude of all of this.
Right.
Right.
And then he finds out not only that people have been watching him. Yeah, this can get worse.
Oh,
His
gosh.
private journals have been published and sold about 800,000 copies.
No.
Yes.
And he's not getting any profit at all.
I don't know.
Oh my
He
gosh.
might be, but I don't think that makes it better. It's not like
No, it
they
does
did it
not.
with his permission.
Right. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This poor guy. Is this poor guy still alive?
I'm going to tell you that when I get to that.
Oh,
And so the press is there. So they start asking him questions. And one BBC reporter asks about his mental health.
well, you
And
can imagine.
Right. And
Yeah.
he answers honestly. And he says that he struggled almost every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as he's off stage, he says, I was tricked. Like, I'm just totally overwhelmed.
100%.
What is going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw that dude in particular.
Right.
The
Right.
producer guy.
So they send him to a hotel where he is finally able to watch the show he's been starring in
Oh my god.
because he's never
This
seen it.
is
Yeah.
So he
And
doesn't know
he
what's
had
out
no
there.
idea what had gotten aired and what hadn't.
Can you imagine
No.
living
no
a year and a half of your life and then being like, what did they put out there? And they
Right.
put all
Right.
of my private thoughts out there.
Seriously. Well, and that whole time that he was in the apartment in Japan, did he ever win clothes during that
I don't
whole-
believe so.
Okay.
He
So
didn't wear any.
spent-
No.
He spent almost an entire year naked.
Yes.
naked.
And he does say that he was like sweating when he had to wear clothes again because he wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm. And then they send him on a press tour. So he's taking pictures.
No.
Yeah, he's doing interviews and
Let this guy rest.
No.
Seriously.
obviously with no mental health professional in sight.
And he's not in a contract either. Like, this is sad. That's so sad. They're
I know.
manipulating him mentally.
It's
Yes.
awful.
So now he knows that everything was broadcast and obviously he feels horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He remembers the promise he made to his mom when he was leaving Fukushima to not get naked. And he's worried that his family isn't going to accept him for this. He's like really embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can imagine.
Mm-hmm. But when he finally gets home, his family is there to welcome him with loving and accepting arms.
Oh,
That's
okay,
nice.
good.
Yeah.
And he's really like a broken man at this point. He's still depressed. He's feeling like he has lost all of his social skills.
Yeah.
He's ashamed of it, which I
right.
cannot blame him
Yeah.
one bit.
At
Right.
all.
And he's just kind of like drifting through life at this point.
Okay.
Jeez.
And then in 2011,
Okay.
this huge earthquake hits his hometown of Fukushima.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
And then there's the disaster with the nuclear reactor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any of this, Cam?
Fukushima, I remember.
Okay.
I remember hearing about the nuclear stuff too. I don't know the magnitude, but I know it's bad.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was real bad.
Really bad.
And this really like stirs something in him. And he feels he needs to chip in any way he can because this is his home.
Yeah.
Right.
So he jumps right in and he's cleaning and he's removing mud. And this makes him realize that he actually has value. But you got to remember, this is like 10 years after the fact.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
It took a hot minute to bounce back from that, I bet.
Yeah, he had a rough 10 years.
Yeah.
And how he didn't sue these people.
That's what I'm like. What
That
the
is
hell?
beyond me.
Yeah. But remember, he's still a celebrity. Like this has
Right.
made him a celebrity. So
Yeah.
he's doing all of this physical work, but also just like meeting with the people and shaking their hands.
Right.
It's like when Brad Pitt goes and builds, Habitat for Humanity houses. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
he's doing stuff like that, but he's still like taking pictures and trying to
Right,
help the
right,
people
right.
that way. And there's one story where someone told him that they had lost an autograph from him, like in the floods and the earthquake and
Yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
And so he gives them a new autograph
Oh,
because
still
he's just a good guy.
I was
Yep,
gonna say he's
yep.
still him. Yeah.
Yeah. But he decides he really wants to bring more focus to the area and to these people and their plight, right? So he wants to do
Mhm.
something big to bring awareness to his hometown. And he does this because somebody, one of the survivors, tells him to really help them. he must do something that only he can do.
Oh no.
Because he's a celebrity. Like,
Yeah.
they aren't going to listen to some Joe down the street.
Right.
Mhm.
So he decides that he's going to climb Mount Everest.
Oh, I thought this was gonna go.
A very different direction. but
I thought, yeah, I thought you're like,
is
he's gonna
quite
strip
ambitious.
naked and
No.
go in isolation, and I was
No,
like, not
he did
again.
not.
Right.
So he hires a guide with his own savings,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets to base camp, and he's like filming everything. And there's another freaking earthquake in the area and an avalanche that hits base camp.
Oh my gosh.
So Nasubi survives,
Okay.
Okay.
and he automatically starts rescuing the people that are trapped or injured. He starts gathering and organizing supplies like food and clothing, like whatever's left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude literally stays in Nepal for months helping these people.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
This guy is amazing.
Yeah. And his guide says that this is like his destiny. His destiny wasn't to climb Everest, but to help the people.
Right. Right.
And Nasubi says that by helping those around him, he's found his own inner strength.
That's really good.
But the producer
Oh, no.
pops up again.
No,
of course he
no, this
does.
guy should be. No,
Seriously, I was gonna say it's good that he was able to bounce back like that. Never mind.
Yeah.
go away.
Right. So now Tsuchiya, the producer, has learned a little. He realizes that he almost pushed this man too far. So he's got like this soft spot for Nasubi.
Mhm.
Almost pushed him too far.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm pretty
don't.
sure you went too far with it.
Yeah, I
Right,
don't
and
think
then
he
pushed more.
gets really the magnitude. I think he's still like so impressed by how this turned out and what he was able to do with this guy.
Mhm.
He's like, oh, it's great television. I might have pushed him too far, but it was great television. Like, he's always got that but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he decides that he wants to help Nasubi do some fundraising for another Everest trip.
Okay.
So Nasubi gets the money and he heads back to Everest, and he actually makes it to the top in 2016.
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, and the producer says something that I think like really hits home, which is that Nasubi wanted to save Fukushima, but it's really Fukushima that saved Nasubi.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Brought him back, yeah.
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 I
And
can
there
see that.
is a if you do want to see the clips of it, if you want to, see what this guy's actually like, there is a documentary on Hulu, I believe. It's called The Contestant.
Okay.
And it does show, this whole journey of his. And it does have interviews with the producer, with his family, with him.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Wow.
yes, he is still alive, Cam.
Crazy.
Yay.
But there you have it. That is the truly amazing tale of Nasubi. I would say he's the ultimate survivor.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
God, he's gonna be on a season of Survivor. They're gonna be like,
He's gonna be like, "What the hell is this?"
Here you go.
yeah, he's like, I got you guys.
This is nothing. This is nothing.
Yeah, I don't.
Where are the
believe-
tires?
Yeah,
Where are
I
the
don't believe he
tires?
ever went on reality TV again.
No, I
blame
wouldn't. I
him.
wouldn't imagine. Yeah,
No, I think he's doing more like humanitarian kind of things.
that's amazing.
Yeah, but
Strive to be like Nasubi.
yes,
Exactly.
yes, we need more people in this world like him.
Yes. 100%.
There you go. So I want to say, stay amazing, my friends.
Yes.
Like Nasubi, and be kind in this world.
Indeed.
Unlike the villain producer, don't
Yeah.
be
Don't be a
don't
jerk like him.
don't be like him.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
Nasubi, if you're watching this, love you, man.
that's right.
You're awesome.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you. Stay petty. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.